Welcome to Patty's Aquatics.
Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. My name is Adam and welcome to the Fishroom. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you again one of my tanks more in depth. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing with it. And if you would have seen probably a past video with my axolotl tank, I did a little bit of work on that one. I'm going to do the same thing in this video. Now, this was previously my rainbow shiner tank. They have moved on to my river tank, which at some point I'll be able to show you guys. And I put all my CPDs in here, so it's pretty cool right now. I had CPDs in that 10-gallon tank that were next to it that I was growing out. I added them to this tank already. And what I want to do today really is I need to move a few things around, because if you haven't seen in that other video, I want to add some filtration. I want to double stack my sponge filter, and so I need to move some things around and do things a little differently in here for that. Nothing major, guys, but first off, this little rock pile here, initially I had that in there for my shiners, for an area for them to potentially breed down the road. Well, I don't really need that there, but I'm going to keep it there because if I want to double stack my sponge filters here, it's going to be too high up on top of that ledge. So my idea is to bring it down into the corner here on the side of the ledge, which means these rocks got to go. So I think that piece of Anibius and some of those rocks I will put over here and put my Anibius on this side, and then double stack my filtration here, and then this can grow in more with dwarf sage and other things. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to clean some of the algae up on this glass. My tanks need water changes, but I want to screw with all this stuff first because it's just going to make everything a mess. So let me do some of this, then we'll check back in and I'll show you what I did. All right, so we're back. Now I got the sponge filter put where I want to put it, and then I moved some of those rocks in that piece of Anibius and I moved it over to here. I really like the look of it now. Obviously the sponge filter is up higher and it's more like in your face a little bit, but I like the fact that I have a black background and the black sponges that kind of camouflage each other a little bit. And I still may put a few plants like down in the corners here that can come up to camouflage it a little more if it really bothers me, but it really doesn't. They wind up blending in the background eventually and becoming part of the ecosystem, and it's there. Now with the sponge filter itself, now the top part, the part that, I don't remember what they're ever called, the flow part on top that you would stick in there, it was just too tall to fit in my 29-gallon double stack like this. I'll play around with it a little bit more outside of here and see if I can figure it out, but I might just be keeping it like this, which is nothing wrong with it this way either. I like that flow on the top for really hitting the surface and pushing the water in one direction, but this has lots of flow to begin with as it is, so it's just as good. Now the water is a little murky right now, obviously because I was moving around a lot of those rocks and there was a lot of mold detritus that was trapped under them from the last year, so I did do a small little water change to try to get some of that out of here. And as you can probably tell with the glass, with the algae, now 2 weeks ago I did a water change when I first moved the rainbow shiners out of here and stuff, and I started scraping some of the algae that was on the glass. It was that hard like green spot algae that's really high. I had to use a razor blade to get it off. So obviously I missed a few spots and I'll have to hit a few more of them yet. I'm trying to keep up with it to get that down, so it takes a few times of doing it. It's hard to see it all when you're doing it at once, but yeah, that's the plan, is really just to keep working on that algae on the walls and get that down, and then just let the ecosystem itself naturally balance to kind of get back to crystal clear and get rid of all the algae itself. I like the fact that I don't have the filter up here anymore because it's going to be more room for the dorsage to kind of grow in and more of these crypts to grow in. It also gives more of an area for these CPDs to potentially breed and hide back here, which a bunch of them are hiding right now. So yeah, I like that. Plus all the crypts that are down here, I mean, they grew tremendously in the last year, and I hope they'll grow more. And I already, you have new runners already shooting off of them. I also had some back, so these will keep spreading. So basically the plan is just to have this bottom floor plan basically all crypts to start to grow in, and then this Anubias can start to grow more too. I did add a bunch of cherry shrimp in here as well that I had from a previous tank. If you can't tell already, they're everywhere out and about now that I scurried things around. So they should start breeding and multiplying in here as well. So yeah, I'm really excited about this tank. I'm really, these CPDs, I absolutely love them, and I just want to get a tank just massively packed full of them. There's probably about 30 of them in here right now. Once they settle in, because I just did move them in a couple weeks ago, I'm going to grab a few of the adult breeders and I'm going to breed them in a separate tank again, and then put them back in here and try to get another batch of them going to grow out to add more. And I'm going to keep doing that till I got a huge number in here, and I'm going to hope that they start breeding in here like they did in their last tank, and that's why I'm hoping the gravel area up here will be beneficial for that. Maybe they'll breed into that gravel and I can find fry in here like I did in their last tank, because that's cool too, to be able to not only breed them in a separate tank but have them breed in their own tank. I mean, ideally, if you want to breed fish, it's always great to be able to community breed them, to be able to breed them in their own tank without having to pull them in or out. So we'll see as time goes, but that's the plan. So yeah, other than that, this tank is pretty much done, rather than just to sit back and keep maintaining that algae and breed these guys more and just really sit back and watch this tank grow now. Now that I got the added filtration, like I said, that was always my plan in all my tanks, was to get more filtration within them, and double stacking them like this I think is the greatest, because like I said, I think in a past video, it's just more efficient. Instead of having 2 sponge filters, then you got to add 2 air lines to them. Where here you only need the 1 air line, you double stack the sponge filters, and you're getting still that double efficiency, that double amount of biofiltration within your aquarium, and that's huge. I think every tank should add as much filtration as you can, because there's nothing wrong with it, folks. So anyway, this is a tank. I hope you liked it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned, because there will be more. I've got to talk about my dirted tank yet and the failures. I have more fish still dying in that tank from that heater malfunction and whatever happened in there, so I want to go over some of that. Plus I want to move some of the plants around in there. That probably will be next week's video, but don't quote me on that. So anyway, hope to see you again next time here at Patty's Aquatics.
Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.